Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. We have a Polygel kit. We haven't done one of these in ages. You guys know how much I like Polygel. This is from Yevyo. It is an Amazon brand. They did reach out to me and ask me if I wanted to try their product, and of course I did. So they sent this on over. Let's see what's in the box. So when you open it, this is what you see. We have this file. It doesn't say anything, but I'm willing to bet it is 100/180. It is quite rough. We do have your standard Polygel brush. You get these pretty much in all the kits these days. We have a mini lamp. These are not great for full cures, but they will work to flash cure, and if you're using just a little bit of product and you cure it long enough, I mean, it'll get you there. It's not ideal though. This one's marked as pink. We have a bottle of slip solution. If you don't have this, you can just use rubbing alcohol. We have a top coat and a base coat. They gave us some dual forms as well. It looks like there's two different shapes in here. We have some coffin and then some straight ones. We'll use these. We've got some advertisement for decorations. Here's the information and the QR code for this brand if you would like to copy that or visit their site. It does come with instructions. Pause to read if you would like. Here are the polygel part, and then here is what is on the other side, and then there are some tips. Let's see how long it recommends to cure. So it says for 6-watt lamp, which is what this is, the surface for 120 seconds and the underside for 120 seconds. So 240 seconds total is what they're recommending. I'm glad that they included that because it does also say here with these stronger lamps that you do 60 and 60. I think it's easy for people to think 60 is enough with this lamp when it just really is not. I like to double cure because I want to make sure mine is really cured since I do have a gel allergy, but not to polygel coincidentally. Let's look at our colors. Alright, so let's go in and make some swatches. We do have these little tubes. They are 15 milliliter. Let's get you zoomed in here. This shade is called Klein Blue. Ooh, that is really pretty and super opaque. This is not a transparent polygel at all. Boy, I was not even in the camera. Alright, so we got some of our slip solution that it gave us. Let's push this back. It's not really sticky. I mean, it's a little sticky, but not overly sticky. So that slip solution is working pretty well. I did dab off my brush so that I wouldn't have access. Now when you do the patting, it works the best. If you pull, you're gonna need more slip solution because I was noticing a drag. But that's really nice. Look how cute that is. I'm gonna put this in the lamp, but I'm gonna put them all in there and then run it. The next color we'll take a look at is baby blue. Yes, this one has the same opacity. That is really nice. I'm liking that. Now I know that polygels are often purposefully a little bit transparent so that they do have an easier time curing. So that is something you want to keep in mind. With these being as opaque as they are, you're probably want to do really thin layers, and if you need to build it up, fine. Now because we're doing dual forms, building up isn't really the method, so we're just going to make sure that we're making good decisions with our thickness. Next, let's look at dark blue. This one's a little bit purple. I don't mind, but I was a little surprised. It's alright. Let's pat this in here. I'm liking the way it feels to push around. It's really working with me pretty easily. That was so quick. And then we have a dark green. Now I feel like the name on this one is a little bit misleading. There is nothing dark about this. This is like a minty toothpaste. I do think it's pretty, and I do like that it came with this kit. I think it's complementary with the blues, but I don't think a dark green is remotely like this nor would it make any sense in this kit, really. That's really cute. We have ceramic white. That is a white, and it is nice and opaque as well. It's really good. If you're going to be doing a white, you want to be able to see it as a white, not an off-white, not a milky white, white. White and black are super opaque colors. Even though white is a light color and black is a dark color, the opacity is still there for both. So these are the ones that you have to take extra care to make sure they do fully cure. The light does have a hard time getting through colors like this. Sometimes dark reds can be quite similar. And then lastly, we have this dark black. I will be very shocked if it is dark. Moment of truth. Well, look at that. It is. All of the other black polygels I have are a itty bit sheer so that the light can pass through them. Let's see if this one becomes sheer as I spread it out. I bet it does, because it really needs to. Yes, and I am beginning to be able to see through it, so that is good. It should work. The only thing I don't love about blacks that turn sheer is around the edge. They kind of look weird. Alright, let's pull them out of the lamp, and we have our alcohol wipe. We'll wipe this sticky part off, and then we'll check the firmness. I did do 60 seconds 2 times on each side, top and bottom, so that would be a total of the 120 recommended seconds on each side. Alright, let's check firmness. Oh! Well, I'd say it's firm. That's great. Stay in there. Oh no. We're gonna have to cure that in. I did not mean to do that, but I want that to stay. I like to keep my swatch stick so I know what I'm looking at. Just put that right there. This time, let's not be so violent about it. That one is firm. That one is firm. Also firm. Now, the real questions. This white stayed really nice and bright white. It is also firm. And then the black. Also firm. Wow, I am very pleased with this result. Let me decide which ones I want to use and gather some supplies, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've decided to go with the Klein blue and the ceramic white, and we're going to pick us out some of these coffin dual forms. With them on the strip like this, it makes them easier to hold up to your finger to compare. So, this is a size 0. You want to have a little bit of room so that when you put it on here and it fills around the curve of your nails, it has some thickness so it doesn't break off. So it doesn't need to be a perfect fit. So we're gonna go with this one, and then we file them afterwards to refine the shape around the cuticles anyway. And if you would like, you can also pre-shape this part. Okay, and it's like 1, 2, or 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so it diagonals. Let's look for one for this. I usually do a 6, I think, but every brand is different, and it looks like a 6 may be slightly too much for this finger. Let's look at a 7. Yeah, I think that one's gonna be a better fit. As for my middle, let's check out this 5. That one might be pretty good. And usually these are the same. But just to be sure, I do want to look at the 4. No, that's too big. And then for a pinky, let's see. Let's look at this 10. That one's still pretty large. What about an 11? That's too small. It's gonna have to be the 10. Alright, so we're gonna actually try and fill this up. We usually do not. And then we're gonna put it on here. Now I am going to pinch these a little and kind of give them a little bit of a roll, like back and forth as I'm pinching, because I have such strong C curves, but most of these shapes are not made for my C curves, so they're kind of flat, which makes them sit wide instead of tall. And I want it to sit tall. So that's gonna be better, and that's how I do those. And then I am not gonna go in with a gel base. I have regular base coat on here. That way it reduces the chances of me having issues. If I put a gel base on here, I may end up being allergic to it. So we just skip it, and I have tested polygel sticks just fine to regular base coat. But before we fill it with polygel, we're gonna put a little glitter in it, and we're gonna use top coat. Actually, we'll use base coat to do that. And I've got my little flash curing light here so that I can cure those glitters in. We're gonna go in with this one. It is super pretty. We're gonna try and use it kind of lightly. And then I did grab a couple of these little snowflakes as well. All right, so let's just paint a thin coat of this in here so the glitters have something to stick to. And then I'm gonna get this little fan brush out. So actually, I'm gonna sit this on my hand while I scoop up a few of these and tap them in here. That way it's a little bit sparse. We don't want to overdo it or get it all over my table when I'm not ready for that. So yeah, that's just a few in there, nothing too wild. And then I'm gonna take one of these, I'm gonna put it in here too, and I'm gonna use this tool to hold it down while I flash cure it if it will let go so I can get it in position. There we go, jeez. Okay, well, or don't. There we go, got it. A wild animal. All right, so I did a 15 seconds on here, and we're actually gonna get all of our dual forms decorated before we start putting them on. So let me do that real quick. All right, so we've got all of those prepared. I've changed my glove because that one was covered in gel. Well, let's start working on them. We're gonna go in with this blue first. Start with a small amount. Work your way up if you need more. Don't overdo it. I am notorious for that. These are super hard to hang on to with gloves, but you really need to be wearing them, even though I'm getting it on my finger. Let's turn this over. We're gonna stick it on this one gently. You just want to kind of sit it on there and then work it into position. You don't want to push down too much, just enough to get it to line up with the edges. And try and get your back down a little bit. It's okay if we have to file some of that. Don't push it down too hard that it globs up under here either. All right, looks pretty good. I'm gonna flash cure that. All right, and then let's work on this one. It looks like that has tried to pop up on us. Let's put this on. Don't put it on crooked, because once it's on, it's on. All right, and then to the white. Okay, so these have all been in the lamp a few times. Let's wipe everything off so I can pop these dual forms off. It is all so sticky. All right, looking good. Okay, so now these need filing and shaping. I'm gonna use this file because it's one I already have. And we're gonna go around the edges and then like this, and then I will carefully go in this way, or I might get my e-file out, not sure yet. So let me do that super quick. All right, we've got a lot of dust here, but we're ready to wipe these off and have a look. I had scant a little bit of the glitter off on that one, but that's okay. This one seems to have a hole in it. How did that happen? How odd. I'm gonna put a little bit of builder gel in that. Alright, so I think they look good. I think they're all relatively even in length. The thumb is still a little bit long. I would like to shorten it, but it seems like no matter how much I file, it stays long. So let's go ahead, we'll top coat with the top coat that it came with. Be very careful, don't get it on your skin. Alright, I'll cure these and then do the thumb separate. Alright, so here's what we ended up with. What do you think? I think they're alright. They're really hard to look at because they're so shimmery. The glitter is not a friend to the camera. The camera does not like that. But I am going to get you photos outside. You may be able to see what those look like. Let me know what you think. I really like these colors. I like that the white stayed white. And I really like this shade of blue. It's got so much depth to it. And I really think it looks pretty cool. And this one is one of my favorites. Yeah, so that is it. That is the Yevyo Poly Gel Kit from Amazon. They do have other colors. I will leave the link in the description. If you have this brand or if you have used this brand before, let me know what you thought. And I will let you go. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing and leaving me comments. Like this video if you did like this video. It helps the algorithm, which helps me, and I appreciate that. And then leave me a little Christmas tree emoji if you made it to the end. Make sure you're here. We do have some fun stuff coming up this month. And thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.